Hello and welcome. I'm Jim Hogg, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Louisiana Insurance Commissioner Jim Donelon. Jim, good morning.
Good to see you, Jim. Glad to be with you.
Jim, could you start us out and tell us a little bit about what the Louisiana Department of Insurance does?
Absolutely. We are the body that is charged with regulating all insurance activity in the state of Louisiana. Each state has such a department because Congress has ordained through the McCarran-Ferguson Act that insurance shall be regulated at the state level. And I think that's very important to consumers.
Jim, this time of year is tax season, and we've been seeing you travel all across the state of Louisiana as the Commissioner of Insurance, telling folks about the Citizens Assessment Rebate. Could you explain what is this Citizens Assessment Rebate and how can people get their claim in for it, and who is available to receive it?
Every property insurance policyholder gets assessed every year. Typically about 4% of your premium is added to the cost of your insurance and paid to citizens in Louisiana Citizens Property Insurance Corporation, the legislatively created market of last resort for folks who can't get insurance in the private sector. When Katrina hit our state in 2005, there was not enough cash on hand in Citizens and reinsurance in place to pay all the claims that they got hit with. So they had to issue an over $1 billion bond issue, second largest bond issue in the history of the state of Louisiana, to finish paying those claims. And for 12 more years, every property insurance policy will be assessed a 4% amount on average in order to pay off those bonds over the next 12 years. The legislature, after the storms, as a result of the surpluses at that time generated by the rebuild from Rita and Katrina in the southwest and southeast corners of our state, made available a tax. First they did it as a tax credit, Louisiana State income tax credit, and then they added the option to go ahead and get it in a rebate if you didn't owe any taxes to the state. So that each year at tax time, I make a tour of the state, advising people of the availability of this credit. That's how I take mine on my homeowner's policy each year, as a dollar for dollar credit against my tax liability. Or, as I did for my widowed mother a couple of years ago, go back 4 years when you have not had, if you don't owe any taxes, or even if you don't have to file a tax return, you're still entitled to get whatever your assessment is on your policy, commercial as well as residential, back in the form of a rebate. You can go back 4 years, but at this point, the first 3 years, 06, 07, and 08, have prescribed, and almost $200 million went unclaimed by property owners, obviously unaware that it was available. And about $250 million is sitting on the table for the years 10, 11, 12, and now 13 for folks who have been assessed and haven't yet claimed that tax credit or rebate.
How does someone file a claim?
They would either do as I do and take it as a tax credit on their Louisiana income tax return, both commercial and residential, or they can go to the Louisiana Department of Revenue website or our website at www.ldi.la.gov, or just call us at 1-800-259-5300, 259-5300, and we'll help any consumer through the process. What they would do at our website is download the form, the one-page form that asks 4 questions of information: name, address, policy number, the amount of your assessment. Attach a copy of your deck page to that completed form, mail it in, and within 2 weeks, the Department of Revenue will turn around and send you a check back for the amount of your assessment.
Commissioner Jim Donelon, Commissioner of Insurance for Louisiana. Thank you so much, Jim, for all your steadfastness and the great honorable work that you're doing to not only get the rebate back into the citizenry, but to bring in business to this state that we need.
That's our job, and we enjoy it, and we look forward to doing it for years into the future, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.